All right, guys, we're back here on Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. More transfers to talk about in SEC basketball. What is this? How many days in a row? This is 3 days in a row? The season's over? We're just like, we don't stop here. No off season. As Chris says, there's no off season in SEC basketball. And if you're wondering why we waited a couple hours today, because we were just like, you know what? Give it a few more hours. See who else goes into the portal. Why not? Why start early when you can give it a little time and have a few more moves out there, Max Barr?
It is portal season, April 8th, baby. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. I would normally say good morning, grab a cup of Joe. Hope you're already Joe'd up and bouncing off the wall here. We've got pretty much something to talk about with almost every team in the league. Lots of portal entries past 2 days. Some wide nets casted, Blake. Some wide nets being casted here by some coaches. I've seen a few teams linked to, X player has heard from. It's just like a list of 25 schools. It's like the same schools are popping up on every guy. You thought the madness was going to end in March. Not so fast.
The madness far from over. We got lots of names to discuss. And, admittedly, I don't think these are, probably to the level of names we talked about yesterday. But these are still ones that we got to talk about because there's a pretty big number here when it comes to how many guys have gone in since we talked yesterday. I'm like, I am getting to the spot where we left off yesterday. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is how many guys on this list have been added since our 9 a.m. show yesterday. Okay, well, that's where we are. And so I'm actually going to go in reverse order here, maybe, because I'm still going. And I'm thinking, well, I haven't covered these. And like, I've hit load more on this page like 12 times now. So let's see how far we get. Okay. We did talk about Jacob Wilkins yesterday, correct? From Georgia.
Yep.
Did we?
Wilkins okay. On the move.
Did we mention Tyler Harris from Vanderbilt? No, we haven't even got to this point. Oh my goodness.
Well, these are yesterday, right? These are Tuesday entries.
These are. So we're going back. We're going back to Tuesday entries. Okay, that's how far back we're going now, and I'm going to make sure we don't miss anyone here. But we are going to talk about the Vitches. They're going to be one of the early ones on this list. But I think this is as far back as we've gone. So we'll clean up any ones that we've missed. But this is as far as the browser will let me go. So Denzel Aberdeen. I don't think we really got into him yesterday too much, but it is worth mentioning, of course, from Kentucky. The chat was talking about him yesterday, but we should probably give that a second with Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel going for a what was the exact? It was his freshman year, right? That he's trying to get the extra year from.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, what's your feel on guys that weren't injured, but didn't meet they weren't injured. It wasn't a season-ending injury, but they didn't meet the, game played requirement to count as a year. So technically you do have that year, but you weren't injured. Like, is that, I don't have a good feel for that.
Okereke was another one of those guys.
I
don't know. There's quite a few situations like that, but I mean, I think the waivers to me are probably, I don't know. Those are tough right now. I feel like,
because you also kind of get the feeling that the NCAA's kind of had enough here. They just released the new ruling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It kind of feels like the NCAA is. I hope for next year's college basketball, just getting a little bit of consistency down here. But I feel like they're starting to put the foot down.
Yeah, I would be hesitant to feel that confident about some of these waiver situations, but I don't know. I mean, again, I think Okereke was the one we talked about for Vanderbilt. That was a week or two ago. But yeah, I don't have a great read on what those are going to look like because again, if you approve one, how can you not approve the other and all that? And the consistency hasn't been there in those situations, so it's hard to kind of grasp what they're going to do there. But yes, Denzel Aberdeen, again, obviously would be someone that if he's
And
playing.
Sean asks, like Micah Hinlockton celebrating senior day. I saw that for Aberdeen as well. Aberdeen celebrated senior day. So yeah, it's just welcome
It's
to 2026, I guess.
yeah, I think that's where we are. So, okay, we're gonna keep going along here with names. We didn't hit these two yesterday from Oklahoma. You can stop me if you have any strong thoughts, but Jake Hansen, Jeff Nwanko from Oklahoma were two added to the mix.
Attack
Um,
also.
I don't see him on this official list, but he may be on here somewhere because we got about 400 names. I got to scroll to the top to get to. So, did we not mention him yesterday? I don't remember.
I think I
Um,
might have. I might have.
you
Yeah.
might have mentioned him yesterday. This
Yeah.
is going to be great because we're going to, there's going to be ones on this list we probably talked about for 5 minutes yesterday and we don't even remember at this point.
I know.
So,
I know.
it's going to be a great listen or watch for anyone out there. Okay. Boy, this is tremendous. I will mention a name here that's on this list. Guy we talked about in the NCAA tournament, one of our previews, Larry Johnson from McNeese. Where's he going?
Ooh, yes.
He's a player.
Yes.
Keep an eye on that guy. I'd like to get him in the SEC. So, and chance he goes to LSU. I don't know. I'm just trying to connect dots here. All right. Speaking of LSU, we have a transfer and pretty much a done deal. Is Mike Nwoko, Big Baller Brett's hopes and dreams out the window, headed to Xavier. So that has been done since we talked yesterday.
That was like the first. I mean, is that the first like portal open non-graduate kind of big time high major entry and commitment? I mean, I might be.
I think so.
I mean, you had Oswin. I'm not going to even try the Providence center who was linked to Oklahoma slightly. He commits to break. Nwoko was before that. I think like Nwoko might be kicking off the non-graduate, non-international portal season here. And that happened quick. Entered the portal with a do not contact tag. So it was Xavier right away. I wonder how long that's been in the works.
The only other, I think, the biggest probably development out there to watch right now was what Badunga and Shellstad both visiting Louisville this weekend together. That's probably the other kind of wow type one that you could look at and wonder. So yeah, I think, but this is probably the biggest one I would say, with a guy that's making that jump. I mean, we talked about him all season. We're just like, oh yeah, he's gonna be in a pretty good spot. And I'm again the numbers. Once we start getting numbers thrown around, I'd love to know what Mike Nwoko's getting paid out there.
I know. I'm seeing crazy numbers out there for different guys. Crazy.
It'd be a great baseline to work with on what we have here. So for the big guys, 6'10". All right. We keep on rolling here as we go up the list. This is great. This is just like, this is
awesome.
tremendous. This is like, I'm just going to see a name and we're just going to stop. Again, the no whammy, stop on, that's a good name right there, but he's not in the SEC. All right, we keep rolling. Hold on. This is great. Like, you have no idea where I'm at on this list. It's tremendous, isn't it? So we just keep going here. Boy, I have to scroll up a bit. All right. I mentioned we're going to get to the Vitches. Filip Jovic at Auburn, and we'll just go ahead and tie in our other guy, Yelovich at Kentucky. Both of those guys in the portal. Both of those guys taller, will command a little money probably. Curious about where they wind up.
I mean, you can't blame them. You can't blame them because it's not. I mean, it's just today's day and age of college basketball. If you're over 6'8" and you're semi-competent with the basketball in your hands, go get some money. But it also just it's like, darn it, two guys. It could have been, year in the program. You're not adjusting to the USA, in a new school and college and everything. You're settled in a little bit. Let's see what you got with a full off season under your belt for both of them. And both are looking for upwards of $1 million, $2 million I've seen thrown out there. You can't blame them. All right. These are they got agents. They have people that are making money decisions for them. But, would I like to see them stay.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to use the line. Like, we gotta do something. We gotta get some bitches in here. Yeah, we don't have a choice at this point. All right. And who knows? Maybe just go to another SEC school. It's possible. So,
Well, I take it.
sure, why not? Okay, Tyler Harris from Vanderbilt. Man, he was someone we were really high on earlier in the year, and then it just seemed like he just was pretty much phased out of the rotation a bit. Um, and yeah, so curious where he winds up. I think he's got a lot of potential. It just for whatever reason didn't sustain with the Commodores.
Yeah, I think that was really all about fit. You know, you had Tyler Nickel there as your senior 6'7" sniper. Okay, you're not getting many minutes at the 3 on the wing. Tyler Tanner's at point guard. You're not taking those minutes. And Duke Miles is ahead of you at the 2 because Byington wants to play 2 ball handlers. And you're not big enough to play the 4 over Okereke or McLaughlin. Just didn't really carve out a spot there.
Let's see who else. Mosley at LSU. I don't think we talked about him. He entered the portal. Who else we got here? I mentioned Jacob Wilkins earlier.
Yep.
All right.
I believe Robert Miller and Jalen Reese are the only.
Is that right?
The only
yeah.
Tigers currently LSU Tigers, and that's not even. It's not like they've returned. We just haven't gotten an announcement yet. So, I did see Will Wade had some ex pack. Some of the Wolfpack are into the portal. I think I saw Paul McNeil, who's a really good scorer. I think Matt Abel's in there as well. So obviously, following coach is going to be, top projection.
Yeah. So we'll there are more LSU guys in there. Marcus Vaughns, who did he play? I don't remember.
He was a committed freshman.
That's right. So he's in there. Okay, so we keep moving down the list here. Again, you do have some McNeese guys in there. I'd keep an eye on those.
I know. Potentially. The pipeline.
Oh, boy. Here's a tough one for us. Rube. Ruben Dominguez.
It hurt me so bad when I saw that.
That one was tough. I'm not going to lie. That's probably one of the toughest ones so far, to know that our guy, Rube, which is tough, man. I'm like, I see this guy in the buckyball system, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with this? But guess who else probably saw this guy in the buckyball system? Everybody. Everybody who watched college basketball saw this guy and said, thank you, please sign me up for a guy that's going to come out and knock down 14 threes in a game, maybe. I don't know. So,
yeah, you got every Power 5 coach going, wait a second, you're telling me we've got an older international that made almost 93s at 40% that was tough enough to step in and play the 4 with the big boys when they had some injuries? Oh, my Lord, give me that guy. Oh, I hope he stays in the SEC. If he's not in the SEC, there's going to be a chunk of us missing this next season. Dominguez from Puerto Real. Can't make it up.
What was that? I'm trying to remember what that wheel was called. We should do the spin the wheel and see who Ruben lands on. I don't remember what the we did the wheel, for whatever games we used to play, the wheel of names. That's what it was. We should just see what team he lands on and just say, all right, Ruben, you are a whatever team it is. Maybe we'll get to that at the end of the show. All right. Sam's got some inside knowledge he's dropping. $2 super chat. Says Troy Henderson's coming back to Tennessee. So
we're going
to talk about somebody who's not coming back to Tennessee here in just a second. All right, let's keep going as we continue on this very long list here. Oh, how about our guy at SMU? Your guy,
Yigatolu?
Fantasy superstar, Yigatolu, 7'2", 265. He's in there.
I've been wanting him in the SEC since that Mississippi State game 2 years ago. We've had our eye on him for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure about bringing any SMU flavor to the SEC. I'm just kidding. I love this running joke about how much I hate SMU. It's great to play up every single time I get the chance. All right, who else we got here? Let's keep going along. Man, this is just incredible. Cassia from Ole Miss is in there. I think there's another. Yep. We mentioned Corey Chess yesterday. I don't know if we did mention him, did we? I think so.
Yep. Chest and Cassia enter. I think the redshirt freshman Nico Bundalo is also expected. And then Corin Johnson also
That's right.
just
There's the other
was
one.
coming off the injury, never really found his groove there. Cameron taking up all the minutes at the point guard spot. I actually have my depth charts for the SEC, the visual depth charts, guys. If you still have the link from last year in your Google Sheets, the SEC's done. But I don't mind this little base here for Ole Miss, Blake. Cameron Pinkins, you got that's two really solid backcourt starters there to build around.
All right, Donnie Freeman's officially in the portal, and of course Kentucky is a name thrown around out there with him from Syracuse. Something to keep an eye on.
I will say, I'm from upstate New York originally. I don't know a single friend that isn't a Syracuse fan, and they're very happy to see him leave. He's ultra talented. Ultra talented, great in spurts offensively. But I'm not sure he's going to be worth like the potential. I mean, for a 6'10" versatile guy like him, like you're looking above $2 million.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Kentucky's got some money, but I don't know. All right, so he's a big name, certainly out there.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here. Man, there's so many guys on this list. 6'10", 235, 6'10", 240, 6'10", 215. Like, I just keep looking at this list, and it's just dominated by these guys that are just absolute monsters. All right, let's see who we're still looking for here. Wow, it actually takes a little while to get to the next SEC player. Making some progress here. Tennessee, sorry. Here we go. Amari Evans. We did not talk about him yesterday, but that's one that is in the portal.
Yeah, I guess not super surprised by this, just with kind of the overhaul that's going on there for the Vols right now. But I liked Evans. I did. I think he was asking for a good bit of money. I mean, you've got 3 years of eligibility left. You're physical enough for the high major, 2 or 3 spot. Got to work on your shot a little bit. But I liked Evans. I wanted him to stay.
I mean, look, we kind of went back and forth on Tennessee and the NIL and what they're going to get, and I think we're going to find out here pretty quickly. As Sam has mentioned, there are opposing sides here and opposing thoughts, but I think you're starting to look at some things, which I'm not going to tie it to the Lady Vols thing that's going on, but I mean, again, it's just sort of basketball transfer portal right now in Tennessee are not mixing too well at this very moment, but.
Blake, I was walking down the street the other day, and a little birdie. It was like a gift from the CBB gods. I just heard a little like Nate Met. It was just like a flyby of something. It was just a little gust of wind from the CBB gods. It's just don't forget about Nate Met. I don't know what happened. I don't make the rules here, folks, but keep an eye out. The old gust of wind flyby scoop.
The wind always knows, as I always say.
I don't know. Scuttlebutt amongst a few.
The wind always knows. All right, let's see. By the way, I've got the wheel ready. We're gonna absolutely do a spin the wheel on one of these names here in a little bit. Okay, I know someone's asking about what is the Lady Vols thing. Just Google it and you'll find out. I mean, they don't have a team, so they don't have a team. All right. By the way, Bo, what are you talking about? We were the biggest Rube fans there were out there. You must have us confused with somebody else. We talked about this guy every single chance we had. He is our guy. He's been on our guy team for 4 months here at least. Come on, Bo. We love him. Good to see Bo back, though. He's excited about year 2 of the Aggies under Bucky Ball. Why wouldn't you not be, right? Okay, next up, we get to, there's a couple Vanderbilt guys here, George Kimball, and there was another one I'm forgetting, but I don't
Mike
necessarily
James
think those are,
just entered 2 seconds before we went live.
Kind of get to that one. So Mike James, I think that had been, I don't want to say known, but I don't think that was a surprise, right?
And then Jalen Dean Vines, the
Here's the other one. Yep.
6'4" freshman. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
We're still nothing on the AK Okereke waiver. We're still just kind of waiting on that process, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that.
Anything.
And again, I'm not really like factoring them in.
Yeah.
Right now. I don't think it's, you don't want to get people's hopes up too much. So like I'm not really even factoring those guys in at the moment. So
I'm excited
okay.
for the freshman class coming in for Vandy though. I
yeah,
kind of like this group. Ethan and Baco, I've watched a good amount of them over the past 2 weeks, trying to catch up on some of these incoming, these newcomers. I like this guy.
Yeah, again, the projected starters yesterday, ESPN had basically 3 freshmen starting, which as of right now would make sense. But yeah, they got 3 top 100 guys. So all about the fit there. As you said, I'm looking through this list now as we scroll up. Lots of NC State flavor. We'll see who follows and who doesn't.
Yep.
What about this guy? JT Rock, 7'1", 255 from New Mexico. I know nothing about the guy, but he's got a great name and he's tall. I mean, sign me up. Great name and tall. That's all I'm looking for. All right. Sorry, this guy caught my eye. He's a 4-star out of high school. So,
yeah, he was all right on New Mexico. He was behind that international guy. That international for New Mexico, the starting center. That guy's a beast. Pretty physical.
Yeah, I'm
it's
looking
like
at JT here. Something. He's a sophomore, averaged about 13 minutes a game. Played in 37 games. That's all I need to see. Last game of the season against Tulsa, went for 14-6. I'm sold on JT Rock. Chris, JT Rock, you, sir, are a Florida Gator. You bet. You bet. Someone get Todd Golden on the phone right now. Okay, we continue on here. And yeah, lots of 7-footers. All right, Oklahoma. There was another one. Who was the guy's name? Andreas Holst, 7-footer.
The red shirt.
He's out of there. Tyler Jordan. Did we mention him at Ole Miss?
Oh, I didn't know that. Is Jordan in there?
Yeah. So Tyler Jordan's in there. 6'9", 215. I missed that. Yep. So he's one that. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one yesterday, but he's on this list. Yep. So
red shirt, about 6'8", 6'9". He's got some potential.
All right. We talked about Corey Chest, and here's the other kind of big one, I would say. Jaleel Bethea at Alabama. Again, he's a big name that's going to be out there, I would think, from a guard position.
Yeah. Not too surprised, just given if you look at Alabama, Aiden Holloway potentially here. Davion Hanna hasn't made a decision yet. Then they got the 3 incoming 6'6" freshmen. Shocker. Alabama loading up on athletic wings. What's new? Caden Samuels, Jackson Richardson, and Terrace Bowie, all 6'6", all freshmen, all pretty good. And then Amari Allen, we don't know about the NBA or whatnot yet. He hasn't made a decision, but Alabama, athletic combo guards aplenty, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Okay, PJ Haggerty's in the portal from Kansas State. Quite a few Kansas State guys are in the portal.
Shocker.
But, I mean, they do have a new coach. I hope Casey Alexander does well there. But Kareem at Arkansas is in the portal. Let's see who else.
Artail or Retail?
I think it's Retail, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, we mentioned Nwoko's there. Rob Wright, we mentioned yesterday from BYU is a big name that's out there. Kamenia from Duke.
He might be involved in Rob Wright.
Who is it? Is it somebody good?
Trilly reported 3 early teams that are going to be involved in Wright are Kentucky, Arkansas, and Ohio State. So but guys, that's going to be the extremely long list. You got a starting, high major point guard. The list's going to be 20 teams long.
Yeah, I mean, Rob Wright averaged, 18 a game last year? Yeah.
A lot of people are going to want.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we mentioned Kamenia from Duke. Caden Magwood from Auburn is there.
Yep.
So,
does that make you feel a little better about Tahad Pettiford returning, potentially?
I mean, I don't think it'd make you feel worse about it. So,
I was looking at these rosters the other day, and I'm thinking Todd Pettiford could really be a guy that, I mean, you think about rewind to an off season ago, and we're talking
mhm.
all SEC aspirations. He was, NBA draft aspirations. Didn't shoot the ball as well as he wanted to this past year. Didn't have the year that he wanted, but that could be a guy that if he does return, we're like, whoa, kind of overlooked Todd Pettiford a little bit. This is a guy that can fill it up.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So, okay. Next up here, as we continue our scroll through the world of the transfer portal, we're getting close now. We're close to the top. Now, I'm going to refresh it, though. We're going to see how many more names have been added. So, let's see where we're at next. You know what? That may be. We mentioned Mike James, so that's there. You mentioned Paul McNeil from NC State.
Yep.
I am okay. So we've made it to the top of this list, and I'm sure there's others we maybe you have additionally that have been added. But Jizzle James is there from Cincinnati now. That's a new one in the last 15 minutes.
Yep.
Eduardo Klafke is committed to Butler. That is
He committed.
maybe a new one. Yes.
Okay.
So
Good for
showing
him.
Butler as the update on that one. I hope this is the Butler mascot. Yeah, it's the Butler Bulldogs. So Klafke's headed to Butler. Yeah. All right. So that's all we got for now on the official list, but there's probably more to discuss.
Yes, the other big news in the SEC, crushed me. Dalen Swain is
Yeah.
saying so long college basketball. I'm off to the NBA. Good for him. I mean, good for him. This is a guy that started as his career as like a skinny 6'7" wing and ended as an absolute monster, just isolation matchup nightmare off to the NBA in his junior year. I would have loved him back, but he deserves it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we said yesterday in the way too early top 25s that were out there, a lot of people had Texas in the top 15, top 20, and that was because you were looking at that pairing of Swain and Vokatitis in the front court and
Yeah.
saying, yep, you can work with that. And, you kind of knew what they'd have from a guard position too. And so I think, yeah, that's a big hit. That probably takes Texas out of the way too early top 25s for now, just because he was a dude. So
I've seen some early interest from Texas in the Colorado I think he's a freshman, the Isaiah Johnson, the guard from Colorado. I've seen some interest in him, and then also potentially TCU's David Punch as a kind of Swain replacement. How would you like to see Punch invoke Titus? That would be some physicality.
yes,
But
sign me up for that.
I'm high on Texas. I think we both are. We both like this Gooseby kid coming in. We both love Voki Titus. Cam Heidi is just like your ultimate senior winner. It's just going to hit the tough shot and play tough defense when you need him to. I
Yep.
like this base here for Sean Miller.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'd probably be surprised if we're not ranking them in the top 5 or 6 of the SEC coming into next season. I just think that's probably where they start to settle with Sean Miller. I think that's all likelihood, which means who moves out, right? And that's the game we always play every year. Somebody's got to get knocked down for somebody else to move up, and so who's that going to be? We don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Anything else we have on the transfer front right now that is notable or worth mentioning?
You have like the players that have been in contact. Like you probably saw the screenshot of Mark Pope on FaceTime with the Utah transfer. Is it Terrence Brown? I know his last name's Brown. He's incredible. But other than just like these teams are interested in so and so, they're hosting a Zoom call with someone. I don't really have much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot more, as we said. It's just kind of it's the wait and see point where more names, 100 more names will be added by the time we finish the show. And yeah, we'll kind of continue to look at it and see who goes where in all of this. So, okay, for now, let's tell you quickly about our fine sponsors. And that is ROKFORM, ROKFRM.com, the world's strongest magnetic phone case, extreme protection, super strong magnets, rock lock, secure mounting, SEC 25, 25% off over at ROKFORM. Head over there, check out those great phone cases. They're tremendous. And again, we appreciate you supporting them because they support us here at the channel. Also, head over to Icon Wallets. And if you're like one of these transfer guys out here and you're saying, hey, I've decided to transfer, I'm getting paid $2.5 million. Where am I going to put my cash? Well, you can stick it right in your Icon wallet is where you can put all that cash you're going to get because they are premium Napa leather, officially licensed collegiate wallets. And again, you can head over there for a nice discount, SEC 16 for 20% off over at iconwallets.com. All right, what's next?
I do have one update here. The only update I can find really SEC related. Samto Surreal, Hogs fans have been eyeing down Surreal. Reported that he's going to be visiting Jai Lucas in Miami on Friday. So if you don't hear news Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday, if you don't hear Cyril news, probably a pretty good sign that he's out of Miami without a commitment. So kind of like no Cyril news would be good SEC news if you want to put it that way. Friday visit to Miami.
Yep. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. All right. I think, okay. Super chats. I think we may have had, no, there weren't super chats. We had another thing to catch up on. Of course, you're welcome to leave your super chat. Again, Sam dropped the knowledge earlier if you missed it. He's giving his own insight into the transfers here. As Chris pointed out earlier, yeah, Goodman said 43% of Division I players in the portal. That number, probably more. So, I mean, it's, if you think a guy's going to come back to your school, flip a coin, because that's basically what it comes down to. So,
yeah. Well, then you also have you could go into the portal and just return. That's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of cases of that.
Yeah. So that's it. By the way, Floppy's asking, when do we get the national championship show for the winners of the world championship, the Auburn Tigers? I don't know. So
the only other two major portal additions today, because we're probably going to be doing more of these than we expected. Transfer portal updates here, as it's been absolute madness this year. We mentioned Rob Wright. We mentioned Kamenia from Duke, who I really liked. Kamenia was like a top 20, top 15 recruit out of high school. Really, really good player. Berkey Bjorktunsel, Big Berkey for Nebraska, who played next to Rink Mast. He entered, and then Caden Mingo, Penn State's freshman point guard, who was actually really good this year on a not so good Penn State team. So that will surely, there's 4 names there on the major portal additions. That'll surely triple by the end of the day.
Probably so. I don't know if we did mention Braden about Kevin Overton. We may have.
Yeah.
Again, there's so many names. I don't remember if we said it or not, but yeah, that's pretty significant. We talked about him the other day after the NIT championship, and that's a nice one to have back if you're Stephen Pearl.
You look at KO's stats that he had this year. He really had a great year. Like, cashed in on KO big time based on just what his role was at Tech and what he was asked to do this year. I love to have him back. Big time.
Yep. No doubt about it. Okay. Floppy was even declaring we got a Sweet 16 in the works, maybe with KO back in the fold here in the SEC. Okay. Let's just have some fun. You want to have some fun on the way out here? Why not? Do you guys love fun? Do you enjoy fun? If you enjoy fun, let us know in the chat. Are you ready for this? It's been a while since we had to break this out, but let's do it. Are we ready for the ultimate game of you are a who? Because if you are watching this, you're going to get the full experience. If you're listening to this, you won't, but we have brought out the wheel again. So let's pick a player. We want him to be in the SEC, and we're going to spin the wheel and make the deal here on where this particular person will wind up, Max Barr. Are you ready for this? Who's the name? Pick a name.
Okay.
You get to start off here.
Morauskas, the St. Mary's guy. Morauskas.
All right, the St. Mary's guy. Here we go. Paulus Morauskas. You are a...
Oh, God. You're a Rebel? You're a Sooner!
A Sooner. Yes. A huge pickup for Porter Mosier.
We're back. We're back.
We're all the way back. Max just put Oklahoma in his top 15. Oh, my goodness. Max has got Oklahoma to the Final Four. We don't have a bracket yet.
We get a gut bracket out. Can we get a gut bracket out?
Tremendous. Oh, this is outstanding. All right. So someone out there, please text Morauskas and let him know that he is an Oklahoma Sooner. All right. You, Picator Reader's like, this is how it should be. You put your name in the portal and you just draft players. That's how it should be. Okay. Let's see. So who did we talk about earlier? Well, come on, Rube. Let's go, Ruben. All right.
Dominguez. All right.
Ruben Dominguez. We're going to spin the wheel, make the deal. You are a...
Someone's grabbing a sniper.
Someone's getting huge here.
Who is
Is it going to be... Oh, the Cats!
That is perfect.
Ruben, you are Mark Pope's literal dream. That is what you are. Ruben Dominguez would be Mark Pope's dream player, in my opinion. If he's not already been on the phone with this guy, what are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Kentucky needs the perfect replacement for Kobe Bryant. Like, this is it. This is your next Kobe Bryant. This is tremendous. So,
we might start some portal conversations amongst staffs based on this wheel.
You know, there are people who are going to completely take all this out of context, and we enjoy that. But yes, we are absolutely pushing it. What if we see a news report out there? Report: Kentucky makes contact with Ruben Dominguez, and the source is Southeastern 16. I can't wait. Okay, chat, it's your turn. You get to pick a player, and we'll have a few more minutes of fun here with the wheel. Because if we're not having fun on an April day in the college basketball offseason, what are we doing? So the next name that comes in, we're gonna put this to the test on the wheel. Let's see who is quick on the keyboard here, because the next name will be the one that get mentioned. By the way, Auburn fans, floppy. Oh, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be Aiden Sherrill. I absolutely knew it. All right, Kate Phillips, another good one. All right, Aiden Sherrill. You are. What if it's Alabama?
You are on the move, Sherrill.
Oh, now this would be a big one if it gets to it. Aiden Sherrill, you are a Gamecock of South Carolina. Boy, I thought that was getting to Tennessee, and I just said, "Uh-oh, that could be something." So,
got crystal balled to the Vols, and then at the last second, Lamont Paris comes in and
with a bag.
You are headed to Columbia.
I love this comment from Brian. Said, just save Pope's job. All right. The wheel has saved everyone. Okay. Let's do a couple more here. Cade Phillips was one that Chris mentioned. So let's see. Cade Phillips. We want to see him in the SEC. Alabama, trying to pick up some momentum perhaps. However, Cade Phillips, what a pairing. The Gamecocks are back. Are you kidding me? Back to back. The Gamecocks land Aiden Sherrill and Cade Phillips. They're in my top 5. Like, they're in.
What is the future? Is FanDuel even offering a future right now on the Gamecocks?
South Carolina. He's back. Oh, the Gamecocks. Oh, this is tremendous. Okay, let's see if they can go 3 for 3 here. Because Crystal said, Kamenia, let's see if we can get him to Columbia.
Forward. They got the center. Can they get the 3? Can they get the wing?
Oh, here we go. Okay, Kamenia, you are a... Ooh. A Tiger. For the Auburn Tigers. Oh, the Auburn fans in the chat are about to get excited. Tremendous. Oh, man.
Nice pick up there.
That's huge for Auburn.
Yep.
Wow. Now, that's a big one for the Tigers. We just talked about all the way to the Sweet 16 with KO. However, this may get them to the Final Four. So
Wow.
incredible. Incredible.
I got
All right.
one more.
One more. Let's do it.
Flory Bedunga.
Do we put Shellstad too? I mean, apparently these guys are a package deal if they're
Let's do
visiting
the
Louisville
package.
together.
Yeah, who's getting the package?
Let's go with a package deal. So, Floppy. I'm reporting this to War Eagle Fly right now per Southeastern 16. All right. Flory Badunga, Jackson Shellstad, a package deal in the SEC headed to the Commodores. Where's Justin? Where's Justin? Byington just said, take that, North Carolina. Here's why I'm staying in Nashville, because I'm getting these two top dogs in the transfer portal.
You think we can't rebound?
Man. Oh, actually, I got one more. All right, sorry, we lied. We got one more, and then we're done for today. We gotta
Encore.
gotta be generous here with the wheel. Okay, we don't want to overwork the wheel. JT Rock, you are a yes, big baller, Brett. We got him.
God.
Big baller, Brett just got a replacement for Aiden Sherrill. JT Rock is heading to Alabama.
JT Rock,
We're done.
First team.
Big baller, Brett's comments. We talked about him earlier. Okay, a great name.
Get ready to learn JT Rock.
Come on, folks. I love this guy. So he played for our guy Eric Olin at New Mexico. He's talented. I can tell you that. So, and he sat behind the guy last year. He get more minutes. So
he's got cool tattoos. Gives him like 5% extra coolness.
Extra coolness. That's all you need.
So, nothing was coming.
I love this guy. Exactly. You tell me I'm sitting here calling this guy the Rock, as Brian says. Come on. All right, one more. We lied. Film Session wants Deaton Thomas. I think it's a good choice. So let's go with Deaton Thomas.
Good job.
The last one of the day.
Good job.
Here at Southeastern 16. And Deaton Thomas, you are a...
Thomas.
Oh, this is what he wants.
An Aggie.
You are the buckyball spokesperson in College Station for the Texas A&M Aggies. The wheel never lies. Wow. Can you imagine? Deaton Thomas? A little buckyball? Oh, please. Sign me
Makes
up.
sense.
Makes sense. All right. There you have it. My goodness. What a way to bring back the wheel. We just got guys paid. Oh, one of them will be right. Like, one of them will be right. There's no question. So, no question that we're going to get one of these here. So, all right. Sean, we'll save Santos Surreal for the next one. All right, that's our deal we'll make with you. He will lead off the next wheel of transfers in the year of bigflation in the college basketball portal.
7 minutes ago, source told the Field of 68, Flory Badunga's list is Duke, Michigan, St. John's in Louisville, with as of now in parentheses. Okay, well, what's the point?
So he hasn't. He basically all we're saying here is the Field of 68 has not watched this show in the last 5 minutes to realize that Mark Byington is clearly in on this, because the wheel would not lie to us. So let's just wait till Vanderbilt gets added to the mix here, okay? Come on, please.
All right. Big man top portal recruit has narrowed his list down to these 4 teams as of now. Okay, thanks.
As of now.
Thanks for the list.
All right. So there you go. Yeah. By the way, our noted Michigan fan here last year says Dusty May going grocery shopping. The portal is open, baby. So the defending national champ, Dusty May's out there, headed to pick up the most important ingredients he needs for whatever he's cooking up next year. So,
Austin Jr., I want Trey McKinney in the SEC, selfishly. So I don't have as much bully ball in the league.
Yeah.
And I love me some Trey McKinney. rare bully ball from the guard position, and we're losing Kendall Weaver, who was one of the leaders of the bully ball guard clubhouse. Yeah, wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it.
Wouldn't mind it. All right. There you go. So there's your latest updates. We'll keep refreshing. We'll keep looking at all the action out there to see who gets what, and we will keep the wheel spinning here when it comes to the latest transfers in the SEC and in college basketball. So we appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications to make sure. Breaking news. Do we bring the wheel out? No?
I'm just putting the link in the chat to the visual depth charts.
Oh, okay.
Just put it in there. If you have Google Sheets, if you just open the link one time, it'll just stay in your Google Sheets forever. I've got the full SEC done. I'm about halfway through the Big Ten. We'll make progress every day. But visual depth charts, if you need them, in the chat.
Yep, great resource. Use it. And yes, Max will keep them updated, and we'll give you all the latest, again, updates here as we go throughout the transfer portal. Sometimes we'll do it live like this. Sometimes you'll get videos on certain players who come into the SEC. We don't really do those for guys who exit. But, yeah, you'll get all that here. So we appreciate you guys, and thanks as always. We'll talk to you soon here at Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel.